On the island of Madeira, a jewel in the Atlantic, a story began. It was not a story of privilege, it was a story of struggle. Cristiano Ronaldo dos Santos Aveiro was born on February 5, 1985. He was born in Santo Antonio, a parish of Funchal. This was a place where dreams were often tempered by harsh reality. His family was humble. His father, José Diniz Aveiro, was a municipal gardener and a part-time kit man. His mother, Maria Dolores dos Santos Aveiro, worked as a cook. Their home was small, a simple dwelling that overlooked the ocean. Life was a constant battle against financial hardship, a daily grind to make ends meet for their 4 children. The young Cristiano grew up in a world far removed from the glamour he would one day command. The streets were his first playground, the concrete his first pitch. His father, Diniz, had a deep love for football, though his life was also marked by personal struggles. From the moment he could walk, Cristiano was inseparable from a football. It was an extension of his body, a tool through which he expressed himself. He played everywhere. He played on the dusty streets of his neighborhood. He played during school breaks, often choosing a ball over his lunch. His talent was raw, untamed, but undeniably present. It was a natural gift, a fluidity of movement and a connection with the ball that others simply did not possess. His first formal introduction to football came at the local club, Andorinha. It was here that Cristiano first wore a proper team jersey. He was just 8 years old. He was already playing against boys who were older and bigger. It did not matter. His skill level was so advanced that he quickly became the team's star player. After 2 years at Andorinha, he made a move to the island's bigger club, Nacional. The competition was tougher, the expectations higher, yet Cristiano thrived. The journey from a local talent to a national prospect required more than just skill. It required immense sacrifice. They were not wealthy. Every decision was weighed against their limited budget. The biggest test came when Cristiano was just 12. Sporting Clube de Portugal offered him a trial. This was the opportunity of a lifetime, but it came with a heartbreaking condition. He would have to leave his home, his family, and his island. He would have to move to the mainland, to the bustling city of Lisbon. His mother, Dolores, was torn. The thought of sending her youngest child away was agonizing. The journey to Lisbon was not just a flight, it was a leap into the unknown. The early days in Lisbon were incredibly difficult. Cristiano was homesick. He was teased by other boys for his strong Madeiran accent. He would often call his mother in tears, begging to come home. The football pitch became his sanctuary, the ball his only friend. Arriving at the Alcochete, Sporting CP's world-class football academy was like entering a different universe. This was the Lion's Den, a place where Portugal's most promising young talents were molded into professionals. The facilities were state-of-the-art, a stark contrast to the modest pitches of Madeira. Here, Cristiano was no longer the undisputed star. He was just one of many gifted youngsters. The intensity of the training was on another level. The coaches were demanding. He spent countless extra hours on the training ground, perfecting his skills while others were resting. He was the first player in the club's history to play for the under-16, under-17, under-18, B team and first team all within a single season. His progression was meteoric. He was no longer the homesick boy from Madeira. He was a rising star. The moment of his breakthrough arrived on August 7, 2003. Sporting CP was playing Manchester United. A skinny 18-year-old Cristiano Ronaldo was given a chance to start. What followed was a performance that would go down in football history. He was electric. He tormented the experienced United defenders with his speed and trickery. The United players were left in awe. The Manchester United players were so impressed that they urged Sir Alex Ferguson to sign him. Sir Alex needed no convincing. He moved swiftly, not wanting to let this opportunity slip away. Within days, a deal was struck. Manchester United paid £12.24 million. Cristiano Ronaldo was heading to Old Trafford. His arrival in Manchester was a culture shock. The weather was cold and grey. The football was faster, more physical. In the Premier League, style had to be backed by substance. Sir Alex immediately handed Ronaldo the iconic number 7 shirt, previously worn by legends like George Best, Eric Cantona and David Beckham. Under Ferguson's guidance, Ronaldo began his transformation from a tricky winger into a complete attacking force. His work ethic was astonishing. He was always the first to arrive at training and the last to leave. He spent hours in the gym sculpting himself into the ultimate athlete. In his 6 seasons at United, he won 3 consecutive Premier League titles, a Champions League trophy and an FA Cup. In 2008, he scored 42 goals, earning him his first Ballon d'Or. He had fulfilled the promise of the number 7 shirt. In the summer of 2009, Real Madrid paid a world record fee of £80 million to bring Cristiano to the Santiago Bernabeu. His presentation was a spectacle. Over 80,000 fans packed the stands just to catch a glimpse of their new Galactico. At Real Madrid, he elevated his game to a level few had ever reached, completing his transformation into a relentless goal machine. His statistics were staggering. He consistently scored more goals than games played, breaking one club record after another. At Madrid, his rivalry with Barcelona's Lionel Messi reached its peak, becoming the defining narrative of modern football. The 2 greatest players of their generation, playing for the biggest rivals, pushed each other to new heights. He won 4 more Ballon d'Or awards during his time in Spain, cementing his status as one of the greatest players of all time. He was no longer just a star, he was an icon. He led the club to 4 Champions League titles in 5 years, including an unprecedented 3 in a row. He was the king of the competition, its all-time top scorer, consistently delivering decisive goals in the biggest moments. He also won 2 La Liga titles and 2 Copa del Rey trophies. He arrived as a superstar and left as the undisputed King of Madrid. In 2018, at 33, when many players consider retirement, Cristiano sought a new challenge at Juventus for over €100 million. The Italian Serie A was known for its tactical discipline. It was a different kind of test, requiring intelligence and adaptation. His impact was immediate. He brought a winning mentality and unparalleled professionalism to the club. In 3 seasons in Turin, he helped Juventus win 2 Serie A titles and 1 Coppa Italia, becoming the first player to score 100 goals for clubs in England, Spain and Italy. Then in summer 2021, the football world was treated to pure nostalgia. Cristiano made an emotional return to Manchester United. The news sent shockwaves of excitement through the club's global fan base. It was a homecoming. The boy from Madeira was back at Old Trafford, wearing the famous number 7 shirt once more. His second debut was a fairy tale as he scored 2 goals in a triumphant victory, the roar of the crowd shaking the stadium. His second stint was more complex. The club was in transition, struggling for consistency. Despite the team's difficulties, Ronaldo finished as the club's top scorer, proving he could still deliver at the highest level. The journey eventually led him to Saudi Arabia, with Al-Nassr opening yet another chapter. This period showcased his unique longevity and relentless drive to keep competing, scoring, and pushing the boundaries of what's possible. For Cristiano, playing for his country has always been a matter of immense pride. Representing Portugal was a sacred duty. He carried the hopes of the entire country on his shoulders as captain, leader, and undisputed star. From his 2003 debut, he became Portugal's most capped player and all-time leading goalscorer over 2 decades. He was a national hero, a symbol of Portuguese ambition and resilience. For years, major international silverware remained tantalizingly out of reach. They were runners-up at Euro 2004 on home soil, a heartbreaking defeat that left a young Ronaldo in tears. They reached the semi-finals of the 2006 World Cup and Euro 2012. Throughout these campaigns, Ronaldo was the driving force. He never gave up hope, believing he would lead his country to glory. That day finally came at the UEFA European Championship in 2016. It was a tournament that defined his legacy as a captain. The final against hosts France was the ultimate test. Early in the match, Ronaldo suffered a knee injury and was forced to leave the field in tears. He spent the rest of the match on the touchline, acting as a second coach, his passion transmitted to his teammates. In extra time, an unlikely hero, Ada, scored the winning goal. Portugal were champions of Europe. The image of Ronaldo, limping but ecstatic, lifting the trophy, became an iconic moment in football history. 3 years later, he led Portugal to another victory, winning the inaugural UEFA Nations League. He had cemented his status not just as a club legend, but as a national treasure. What truly separates Cristiano from other great players is not just his talent, but his mind-boggling dedication. His success is not an accident. It is the result of a relentless, almost obsessive work ethic. He has built his career on discipline, sacrifice, and unshakable self-belief. He is the ultimate professional, a man who has dedicated his entire life to being the best possible version of himself. This commitment extends to every aspect of his life, from rigorous training to strict diet and focus on rest and recovery. He has turned his body into a finely tuned machine, driven by personal values and inner ambition. His family has always been his anchor. He is a devoted son and proud father, keeping him grounded amidst global fame. His discipline is legendary. He is often the first to arrive at training and the last to leave. He spends countless hours working on strength, speed, and agility, following a strict diet and using advanced recovery techniques. This is not temporary. This is his way of life, a blueprint for greatness followed for over 2 decades. He has shown the world that talent alone is not enough. It must be combined with hard work, dedication, and a powerful will to succeed. He has created a legacy that transcends football. He is a case study in human potential, an example of what can be achieved when talent is fused with an unbreakable spirit.